Antarctica and the Arctic are two of the least explored regions by humanity. Beneath the ice of these regions lies a hidden world waiting to be discovered. The difficulty of exploration in the Arctic is not the terrifying cold, but the ice. While in other places you can dig into the soil to find fossils or ancient artifacts, there's not much you can do in the Arctic. Scientists have made it their mission to crack the secrets of the Arctic, especially the mystery of why it's warming faster than other parts of the world. This exploration uncovered something unimaginable, a hidden underwater community thriving beneath the ice. A team of brave researchers from New Zealand discovered this by drilling about 500 meters beneath the ice. What they found were shrimp-like creatures resembling amphibians. The presence of these creatures, living in the Arctic, came as a surprise to everyone. Initially, the research team couldn't identify them because the camera footage was blurry. However, once the lens was refocused, they could make sense of the situation. These creatures welcomed the visitors from above and threw a welcome party for the camera. Scientists are excited about these discoveries because it's akin to the excitement archaeologists feel when they uncover lost fossils or ancient artifacts. This discovery gives us insight into the mysterious Arctic and tells us how the melting ice shelf is related to underwater ecosystems due to climate change. We've long admired the magnificent creatures of Antarctica, but apparently there are more surprises in store for us. This discovery could be just the first of many for the future, as nature always finds a way to survive even in the harshest environments. However, scientists still need to explore a vast area, as only a small part of the polar ice cap has been pierced, which is insignificant compared to the mega-sized region. But witnessing this living ecosystem is still a delight. Of course, we've long known that there are hidden lakes and rivers beneath Antarctica's ice shelves, but we've never ventured too far into these icy waters. Yet these researchers were the first to take the initial steps into this icy new world beneath the ice. But the findings didn't stop there. A few days ago, before the Hunger Tonga open sea volcano erupted, researchers in the Arctic detected some remarkably rare pressure changes in their equipment. Eventually, the massive pressure from the volcano eruption created significant pressure recorded by scientists in the Arctic as well. The Hunger Tonga eruption was one of the most powerful ones yet. Labeled by researchers as more powerful than a nuclear explosion, it created massive tsunamis, and oddly enough, its impact was felt in the Arctic. This event was a strong indicator of how interconnected our planet is. These scientists managed to document how even the most remote places on Earth could be significantly affected by events occurring elsewhere. Indeed, Earth is a fascinating sphere. The British Antarctic Survey, BAS, shared an exciting discovery as they explored Antarctica. During their research, they discovered strange-looking mysterious sea creatures living deep in the Filchner Rona. These creatures were found by drilling beneath the 800-meter-thick ice. Filchner Rona is one of the world's two largest ice shelves, covering an area exceeding 422,000 square kilometers and with thicknesses over 200 meters. The drilling into this glacier was done out of pure curiosity, and these researchers didn't know what they would find. Surprisingly, they found some intriguing creatures clinging to the bottom of these icy waters. These creatures didn't resemble anything we've seen in our oceans, and they certainly weren't penguins. They were, in fact, oddly shaped sponges and other unidentified animals. This discovery surprised scientists as it challenged what we knew about how these organisms could survive in such extreme conditions. This upends everything we've thought about aquatics surviving and introduces us to a previously unseen species. The BS team wasted no time in sharing their incredible find with the public. They published this amazing discovery in many journals and magazines, such as Frontiers in Marine Science. However, no one has been able to solve the mystery of how these animals ended up there in the first place. Were they always there, just undetected? Or did they migrate there after the glacier melted? Also, the reason why these creatures look so peculiar remains unclear. These questions continue to be asked by scientists and enlightened public alike. Furthermore, predicting the fate of these creatures as the glacier continues to melt rapidly presents a challenge. Dr. Hugh Griffiths, the lead author of the study, explained the current situation. According to him, the discovery raises more questions than it answers. There's a whole new world down there, and we've barely scratched the surface. Strangely, as you move away from open water and sunlight, the number of living things you find decreases. That's why there's so much aquatic life on the surface of our seas, but very few animals can survive in the deep, dark depths where water pressure is incredibly high. One would expect the same to be true for the Arctic, but apparently that's not the case. Previous studies on Arctic aquatic life have shown the existence of creatures like small scavenging fish, worms, and krill, but nothing extraordinary. These creatures were quite rare, so it was assumed that there would be very few or no creatures at all in the deeper icy waters. BAS wasn't expecting to find anything alive. In fact, they were hoping to retrieve sediment samples, but they ended up hitting solid rock instead of mud. After a quick examination with the camera, they found a rock covered in microorganisms. Scientists call it a microbial mat. Microbial mats are multi-layered microbial communities, typically including bacteria and archaea. These organisms utilize various non-traditional forms of nutrition, such as photosynthesis, where no oxygen is present, anaerobic chemoautotrophy, and fermentation. Thanks to these special respiration and nutrition methods, microbial mats can survive in the deep recesses of the earth where sunlight or oxygen never reach. In addition to the microbial mat, BAS also found some cluster-like creatures on the rock. These resembled something from a small type of hydroids. Dr. James Smith, a geologist on the drilling team, admitted that the discovery was truly astonishing. This was the first evidence of life forms with microbial life existing under Antarctica's ice shelf. This discovery reveals a new world within this mysterious landscape and suggests possibilities for further exploration. However, the problem with this discovery is that scientists can't say whether this rocky and microbial mat arrangement is prevalent everywhere or specific to this particular point. Most scientists believe that this type is a rare anomaly, and there could be more hiding beneath the ice. The difficulty lies in them disappearing before scientists can reach them. Unfortunately, as global warming and climate change continue to weaken and collapse Antarctica's ice shelves, the situation worsens by the day. Scientists who are putting incredible efforts into learning everything about this unique ecosystem and preserving its existence are racing against time to retrieve these mysterious creatures. Dr. Griffiths emphasized the urgency of this research. According to him, we need to get to know these creatures up close, but it's challenging because they're 900 meters beneath the ice. Drilling through the ice is a laborious and time-consuming process. On average, drilling half a meter of ice takes a minute. This means drilling 500 meters of ice would require 1,000 minutes or approximately 17 hours. The intense cold in these regions further slows down the work. However, polar scientists are willing to take on more risks. Known for their creativity and resourcefulness, these scientists will undoubtedly find innovative methods to study these mysterious creatures and address the numerous questions arising from their discoveries. The reason scientists are so interested in these peculiar creatures is their potential for evolution. As Earth continues to warm, there's a high likelihood that these creatures could undergo evolution. Just like during the Eocene period, when Earth experienced a significant temperature fluctuation, researchers from the University of Kansas, led by Kristen Miller, discovered fossils that showcased what life was like during that time. This team found fossils on Canada's Ellesmere Island, proving that the Arctic was a warm and swampy region 52 million years ago. Additionally, they unearthed 2 new species of monkeys living in ancient Arctic Greenland. These researchers named these species Ignatius dawsoni and Ignatius mckenney. Analysis of animal fossils also indicated they were larger than their modern-day relatives and consumed tougher foods. As time passed and the Arctic became cold and inhospitable, these species likely evolved to survive the cold, just like thousands of other species didn't migrate and thus perished over time. Such events show us that many things on Earth occur in cycles, and past events help us predict future ones. Just as these animal species evolved to survive the cold, these new strange creatures may also evolve if the Arctic melts. Global warming is changing many things on Earth, and most of these changes occur beneath the vast icy landscapes. As the ice cover over the Arctic Ocean undergoes serious changes due to climate change, what was once a solid ice sheet has now turned into thin layers only 3 feet deep. The region is warming up, and the surface ice is rapidly melting, turning into water. From the looks of it, the Arctic will become one of the regions with ice-covered areas, transitioning into something resembling our normal seas before long. One of the well-known regions of the Arctic is the Beaufort Sea, known for hosting numerous migratory birds and mammals, creating a rich marine environment. This sea currently draws attention as NASA scientists discovered 3 strange holes in the cold sea's ice cover. Research continues to find out what caused these holes. These odd holes, unseen before, raise many question marks. What could have made these holes? A walrus or a whale? Or perhaps the work of aliens? We're currently working to answer these unknown questions. However, some of the theories about what caused these holes are quite intriguing. Some scientists suggest that the ice beneath the sea floor might have been pierced due to underwater volcanic eruptions. Others believe that natural phenomena such as submarine geothermal activity or the release of gases beneath the ice could create these holes. However, none of these theories have been conclusively proven, and more research is needed to unravel the mystery. Nevertheless, the existence of these strange holes is another example of the rapid changes and complexities in climate conditions in the Arctic region. The impact of these changes on marine life in the region is uncertain. However, scientists hope that such discoveries will provide a better understanding of the future of the Arctic ecosystem. All these developments are important as part of humanity's efforts to understand and preserve the natural world. Research conducted in remote and challenging areas like the Arctic and Antarctica is critical for the future of our planet and all its inhabitants. Therefore, supporting and encouraging research in these regions is crucial. The knowledge and scientific findings from these areas can contribute to global efforts on climate change and environmental conservation, helping humanity chart a better course for our planet's future.